Hi everybody, Jessie here from jessiebanks.com, and I'm back with another video for the greeting farm. This is a newly released digital stamp called Cheeky Darling. I personally adore the Cheeky line of stamps. They are probably some of my favorites from the greeting farm. Most people know that. So we're going to go through and I'm going to do the Copic process for you guys and show you most of the background. I did forget to record some of it. And put the card together. I think this image is super adorable. Again, it's a digital stamp, so it's like instant gratification. You buy it, you can print it, you can have at her right away. I am going to be drawing in a few hours over on the Cards and Color Facebook group. There's a link to that in the description box below, as always. Marie is giving away to 3 winners 1 digital stamp of their choice. You can get this one or any of the other digis in the store. So if you haven't left a comment on that post, definitely pop on over to my Facebook group and leave a comment on that, and you might get a free digital stamp, which is always fun. Now, I know that that's last minute because I am doing it today, but I honestly thought I had voiced this over and posted everything already on like Thursday of last week. Apparently I didn't. I was working like 17-hour days last week, and I don't know, I guess I dreamt that I did it. I'm going to say that's what happened, because I swore. I even went back and was like, well, where is it? And I looked on my YouTube channel, and I went through my computer, and I was like, whoa. Didn't edit the photo, didn't edit the video. Guess I dreamt I posted it. So I feel really bad about that. So I hope you guys still enjoy the video and all that fun stuff. The link to the image as well will be in the description box below, so you can pop over and buy it for a few dollars and color it up yourself. I am using my most common skin tone combination. I do use this one all the time. It's E04, E13, E11, E21, E00, E000, and I think I used R20 or R21 for the cheeks. I usually grab whichever one I see first. They both work about the same in my personal opinion. So I'm just creating drop shadows like underneath where her hair's in front of the face and the bottom side of her arms and things like that. Wherever one thing is in front of the other, I always try to create a bit of a shadow and give it some depth. So we're just going to go through and carry on with our skin coloring. I was in Saskatoon this weekend. Like I said, I had been working crazy long hours all week and was like, I need to get out of town. I just need to go away. This is the first time I've gone somewhere for a weekend, you guys, and not packed anything to color or paint with or nothing. And I don't even mean just in terms of card making, in terms of like sometimes I just grab a portable watercolor palette and a block of like small, like a 6x9 or whatever block of watercolor paper and take with me, and I can do like some plein air painting. I can go sit down at the water, I can go sit at the kitchen table and paint something, kind of a deal. I usually always have something artsy fartsy with me, and I didn't take anything. I was like, I don't want to color, I don't want to paint, I don't want to do anything. I just want to go up and I just want to relax. So I went up. It was my cousin's son's 12th birthday. So all the kids went swimming. I did some shopping. I vegged out at Karen's house. We drank a bottle of wine. It was a great weekend, and I had a ton of fun. I am, however, happy to be home to actually relax because I didn't do any of that on the weekend, of course. We were at the Travelodge, and my son was swimming because that's what we did for the birthday party. It was super funny. He was in and out of the pool, and my cousin went out to talk to him and was talking to Caleb and said, Caleb, all the boys are in like the hot tub hanging out. Caleb looks at her and he goes, I don't care. And upstairs he went to go down the water slide. It was so funny. He's just like, meh, they can do what they want and I'll do me. So back to the image. We're going to start working on the hair here. I do, if you've been watching me for a long time, I do most of my Copic coloring dark to light. And I only usually put 1 coat of color on. I do my... Look, there I did it again. I do color my hair. Sorry. I do color my hair the opposite. I go light to dark. And that's simply so that I don't blend out my dark colors with the lighter as I'm flicking over top of them. It's just a personal preference. I like the way it looks better than the alternative. Definitely do whatever you want to do and whatever you feel more comfortable with. I did forget a piece of skin, and I'm just going in and filling that in now because it was driving me a little crazy and I wanted it filled in before I continued on the rest of the image. So then we'll go back to her hair. I think she's absolutely adorable. I'm coloring on Nina Solar White 80-pound cardstock. This is what I've been using lately. Like I said, I had purchased a ream of Copic Express It blending card a while ago because I don't like to run out. So when I get to about half, I usually would buy another ream and have it kicking around until I needed it. And the last one I bought, I don't know, I can clean markers, change nibs, you name it, and the first image, those markers are sticky. Those nibs are completely destroyed, and I don't know, there's some coating on it. They changed something, or they had a bad badge come out, or what it is, but that paper is garbage. And I emailed them, and they haven't replied to me, and I don't know if they have changed the way they manufacture or what has happened, and I don't want to spend, like, expressive blending card is expensive, and I don't want to buy more if it's a change, and that's what it's going to do to my markers in my climate all the time, because I don't want to spend $100 and some on a pad of paper. That's no good again. And they won't answer my emails, so I'm just using Nina in the interim until I figure out what I'm going to do. I don't know. I'm hoping maybe someday they'll reply to me. I sent the email, like, I don't know, a couple months ago, so I'm assuming they're probably just ignoring me, but whatever. Or it ended up in their spam folders, or they're too busy, you know, all those kind of fun things that can happen. But I haven't been using that paper, and that's the reason why I have switched to Nina. I have always been an advocate of pick a paper you like, that you can easily get your hands on, you can keep in stock in your house, and learn how to color on it. So I am learning how to do a lot of things a little bit differently with this paper, as opposed to the expressive blending card, because I have it, but I don't like it anymore, or I don't like the ream I currently have. So you definitely can use other papers. This paper works beautifully. I really enjoy it. It definitely has more tooth. It's not as smooth as the Express-It is, but it seems to work fantastic for my Copics. I've been using it for a few months now and have really liked it. I did always use it with my markers, so I had some experience with it when I mix medias together. Like if I do ink blended backgrounds with Distress inks, and then do Copic coloring on the foreground, like on the images and the rest of the scene or whatever, I would use this all the time on one layer cards, but I'm using it a lot more now, like I said, because I don't enjoy the other paper as much as I used to. So the entire process on this card took me about half an hour. This is only sped up to 2 times its original speed, so I am hoping it'll give you guys a good look at what I'm doing and where I'm putting colors and things of that nature. I try not to speed my images up any faster than I have to. I like to keep the videos in and around 20 minutes. I don't like to go too terribly long. I mean, we all know sometimes I go stupid long and they take forever, but I try to keep them in and around under that 20-minute mark. So I speed them up as little as I have to stay around there. So it's really nice when I can do one like 2 times the speed or 1.5 times the original speed and things of that nature. So you guys can get a really good look at what I'm doing. Now we're going to do her dress. We just did her headband and her shoes with the YR0201 00 and 000, I do believe. I don't have my hex chart beside me to look at what the colors are exactly, or my markers. So now we're working on her dress, and I decided to make her dress teal. I figured it would be something different than going red or yellow. I wanted to kind of think outside the box a little bit, do something a little kind of off the wall. So I did teal. It's one of my favorite colors. I do use this combination a whole lot. So I am going to create the folds in her dress and some of the drop shadows, and then we'll come in with the lighter colors and slowly start to blend all of that out. I love when Marie sends us new digis. We don't get new digital stamps all the time, but when we do, I'm always super excited because I'm like, I don't have to wait for it to come in the mail. Yay! Oh, and it is the 15th. If you guys have not checked out the Greeting Farm blog, the blog hop is on because the new clear stamps are out. There is the Sing It stamp, which is monkeys, Save the Day, which is a mermaid theme stamp. Nope, that's the princess theme stamp. And Under the Sea, I think it's called. Is that what it's called? I'm not 100% sure offhand. And the stamp set isn't beside me. It's in the dining room. Under the Sea, or... oh boy. Under the Sea? Something like... hang on, I'm going to go find out, because now I need to know, because it's going to bug me. Nope, it's definitely not called Under the Sea. It's called Make a Splash. I kind of figured I was wrong. But those 3 stamp sets and their coordinating dies are available over on the greetingfarm.com website. So that is there with the new stamps. You can pick up Cheeky Darling there as well. There's all of the other ones that have been released in the past. I do know the Faith line is being released at the same time, or like right around the same time as the regular release now. So you guys can pick those up and save on shipping to ship everything together, which is super exciting. I love Marie's Faith line of stamps. I think they're absolutely beautiful. You get all sorts of fonts and florals and different people as opposed to the standard line. So that's really exciting. I am fussy cutting this image out, so I did try and record it. It was really hard for me to keep my hands in frame. I tend to fussy cut like right in front of my face, not like out in front of me so that I can keep it under the camera. So I did go around here and cut it out closer to the image because it's harder when you have a bigger piece of paper that you're trying to keep working around your hand. I tend to, as you can see, I cut it off as I go like that so that I don't have a whole pile of paper that I'm trying to fight with that doesn't need to be there. And as I'm cutting, I am turning the actual image, the paper itself, as opposed to my scissors. I'm keeping my scissors basically straight and just opening and closing them and turning the image to get, it gives you a straighter line. You get more control as you're turning as opposed to trying to turn the scissors. I find it way easier. It's kind of a trick that everybody has taught over the years, and I adopted it for my own, and it does make fussy cutting images and everything way simpler when you do it this way. It takes a little bit of practice. You need a good sharp pair of scissors. I am using Cutter Bee scissors. These are the Teflon ones, so they don't stick. They aren't supposed to stick to things. I like them. They stay sharp for a super long time. I think this is the second pair I've had since I've started card making, and I've been doing this for like, well, since I started scrapbooking, you can say. So I've been scrapbooking for like almost 9 years, and I've been card making for like 6 or 7. So we got her all cut out. Now, see, I forgot to record this. So I did the first wash of color with the purple and pink, and then I dried it, and then I did the next one over top, but slightly inside, so that concentrated color was inside. It's just kind of like a little bit of basic glazing. I really like the way it looks. I think it turns out really, really pretty. I am going to take this Hello stamp from the Main Street stamp set and stamp that on the bottom there in black as our sentiment. I'm just going to place her on so that I know I am high enough and low enough all at the same time, so I'm not going to have issues fitting her onto the card front when we're finished. So we're going to stamp her on, the Hello on. And sorry about that, I kind of lost my train of thought, and then as you heard there was a knock on the door. So we're just going to add in the rest of our sentiments here and get that all done. I'm going to put that What a Ride underneath of the Hello. I have already given this card away, so it really worked for what I was writing on the inside of the card for what it was about. I know it really doesn't go with the image necessarily per se, but it worked for what I wanted to send it for, so that was awesome. I do pull out a black pen here. I bought this pen at Michael's. It has no English written on it, but it is a brush tip pen, and it is really beautiful. It has like a bristle brush, and I like that I can push down and make thicker lines and pull up and put thinner lines. I do believe it is designed to do brush lettering, which I have been trying to learn and failing miserably at. I am hoping to continue to practice and maybe one day good enough that I can write a sentiment on the front of my card myself. Big fingers crossed there, because with the way my stuff looks currently, ain't nobody gonna be seeing my handwriting like that, or my, I guess, brush lettering like that anytime soon. That's for sure. I am going to outline these smaller letters down at the bottom as well. I didn't pull this off and stick it in the stamp press, so I couldn't stamp it a couple of times. I just did it the one time with an acrylic block, just kind of freehand. It is slightly crooked, but that's okay. I pulled out my Fine Tech here, and I couldn't decide which one I wanted to use. I do use this more champagne-y color, so I'm just going to add some water to it, and then I take, this is a Princeton and Neptune brush coming up here momentarily. I'm pulling it out right now. There it is. It is a synthetic brush. I don't use it a lot for watercoloring per se, like my actual, either on my cards or in my traditional artwork. But I do like to use it for mixing colors and things of that. It is a synthetic brush, so it does hold up a lot stronger than anything with a natural hair or any of my more expensive brushes. Not that those are real cheap, but they are less expensive than like my silver black velvets or anything. So I am adding this to an A2 top folding card base. And then I'm going to add foam tape onto the back of her. You're going to see me pull all of this foam tape off. I don't know what was wrong with it. There was like a section in the middle of this roll that wasn't sticky on both sides. It was only sticky on one side. So I do this, and I peel them all off and put new ones on. You'll see I cut a whole big chunk of the roll back because there was a whole piece here that was only sticky on one side, and I wasn't going to fight with it and start putting tape on it. I buy this stuff at Dollarama here in Canada. I think I pay $1.50 a roll, so it's super cheap. which is awesome when something's really cost effective that I use a lot of, and I can get it super close to home because there's one in the city. It's not acid free or anything like that, but that's alright for my cards. I mean, I'm not anticipating anybody keeping these for 100 years or anything like that. This is my hobby. I do this for fun. I enjoy this. It's the way I relax after a long day at the job that pays my mortgage. So we're going to get her popped up on the front, and that will be it for this card, guys. If you have any questions or anything, definitely leave me a comment down below. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like these. They help my channel more than you guys can ever imagine. If you aren't subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe. I have more videos coming in the future. And you'll see a little box here with a video that YouTube suggests if you guys want to see more. Bye!